Hello, hello, hello. Am I alive? Testing, testing, audio of test. It's a bit softer than usual. Can't tell whether that's my output or it just actually is soft. How's the in-game volume?
Welcome to Akama. I am Casterus.
Hello, Catherine.
Apologies. Distance from others.
Oh, pressing all
I
the wrong
can
button.
get closer if you wish.
Okay. It's good. Loud, clear, simple. The in-game volume might be a bit louder than me, but that's fine. I'll most likely just speak when there's nothing much going on. For now, I'm just gonna clear everything. So yesterday, I was unable to stream because my internet went out. But funny thing is that the internet went back online like after like 2 hours. I'm like, what the fuck? Just randomly just came back online after 2 hours since I stopped the stream. I'm not sure why exactly. There might be a chance that it will happen tonight also. But let's hope not the best. Let's hope for, best not. Okay. Gonna clear all my dailies first, and then we should be able to start almost immediately. The only thing I need to check on is this. I just quickly see how it is, level up some people. I got 128 FF. Huge. Right, so I'm just gonna boom. Okay, perfect. Achievement. Let's do one more gas occurrence. The sea in Lukasha start to turn gold, marking the end of another workday for the seafaring folks. To ensure a lavish New Year feast for the whole family on the ship, you don your diving suit and plunge into the water, setting off on one last undersea shopping spree. As you glance around, a familiar aqua sprite swim over and greet you with a sign language. I'll chat with it. Dude, Lukasha sounds so fun to visit. I wish we can go to Lukasha. It just does, doesn't it? Money. Cool. Go for 2 memory cards for some reason. Get one more research and get one more research point. Where is a special guest? I want one more special guest, please. Please. May I have a special guest? Yes, no, yes. As the Honkai survey wrap up, you begin to sorting through the mountain of plant sample in the spaceship storage. A newly sprouted plant in a corner catch your eyes. According to IPC record, this species respond to external stimuli. Access. Where is the special people? There you are. Thank you. Okay. This one I can insert research and boom. Increase a big amount. Ooh. Thank you, Raj. Consume 100 diamond. Complete pom-pom delivery. Is there still more delivery? There's 2 more delivery. Oh. Okay, this guy arrived. Ah! Keep shaking my hand. Oh my god. My hand keeps shaking every time I tap. Hold on, let me get this. Yoink. Thank you. As an IPC international delivery driver, racing against time is your specialty unless the Calderon pizza take too long to heat up and the cheap IPC motorcycle with its 70% breakdown rate decide to quit. Just like your current situation, order will time out in 3 system hours, at which point 15% of your payment will be deducted. For credit's sake, you got no time to think. Turn your motorcycle into a skateboard. That's an insane fucking method. Consume a shit ton more. Going. Upgrade 20 level of assistant is gonna be hard because they okay, maybe can recruit 2 assistants. 2 times, what the fuck. Complete a guest occurrence. Should be 1 last guest occurrence, then it will be the days done. If they ever come. There we go, adventuring. The lounge area for the soaring clock can always have a few tables for guests to play cards during tea break. One day, a young challenger appeared at the table. No one can match his skill at the cards, and he also has uncanny luck. After losing all the alfalfa credit in their pocket, the first mate finally asked for your help. I was wondering when you show up, the well-dressed young man said while pulling out a chair. Let's play around, friend. You choose the game. See this bad? Let's play baseball. The day humanity finally remembered the terror of a baseballer. Huge. Okay, we're done. Day's over. Yoink. Yo. Lucian absolutely hit it. There we go. We're gonna level this thing up. Boom, boom. Now we need to increase the thing, which is kind of hard, right? Yeah. Okay, that's it. This increase will take a while, so I won't continue anymore. Back to the story. Let's go. So last time, we started the story with
Share the good news with the whole city.
the Trailblazer attempting to take the trial of the Orwenix. We got persuaded into doing it by everyone, including Catherine, Mam, and Agalia. Once we are in the trial, we have been told that we have died during the when we first enter Amphorius, and since we die, we are now a walking shell of memory, and I theorize that is the reason why Mem exists, of why we see Mem, or how we are the first responder to Mem. So right now, the trial essentially is that, you try not to die because you will die in 15 days. POV switch to Anaza. Anaza agreed to be a envoy. I think it's on behalf of the Krasnos heir to meet with the elders. But then the elder is like, yeah, why not you join us instead, yada yada. And honestly, I've forgotten what's the gimmick of Anaza plan. I don't think Anaza revealed his plan. All I remember is that his eye patch is actually a very interesting backstory. He sacrificed his eye so that because he discovered a way to potentially bring people back if you have material to trade for a sacrifice or whatnot, right? So he traded his eye to give a momentarily vision to let him see his sister once last time. So that's how he lost his eye, which is funny. Wow, cool. Right now, when the elders were about to go to the meeting, the Council of Elders dispatched a messenger as an individual to escort you to Dawn before Aguilar could make a move. Here you will be under elders' protection. Cyanist is like a cunning snake. Gaining her trust will not be easy.
Let us decide how much we can secure for ourselves and how much we're willing to sacrifice like true philosophers. With our words and wisdom. Are you ready, my lord?
Let's begin.
Continuing from the earlier topic, let us discuss our common enemy, Aglaia. She is the second most experienced Chrysos heir across the whole of Akama, who has gradually lost her humanity to the ravages of time and the ablation of the core flame. A formidable opponent indeed. Admittedly, there is ample reason for her to take your life. Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually cross that irreversible boundary. Moreover, she still needs you alive so that the Titan's trial can be completed.
Oh yeah, now I also remember that the elders' plan of why the council are having a thing is they want to make a paradise without death, strife, and trickery, if I'm not mistaken. Which is an interesting that's all I can say.
Is there anyone present who can swear by the sacred vow of Kefali and guarantee that you weren't in league with that woman before coming here? Are you just trying to pull the wool over our eyes and aid her in her savagery?
You know what? It's a fair statement. Even I don't know the answer. Give me a second, I need to check something. Okay. She just needs a vessel who will do her bidding without question.
If Aglaia required a suitably intelligent Chrysos heir, then I'm the best fit for her needs. However, it's quite evident that she has no need for a Chrysos heir who could break free of her control at any time.
True.
Since I believe in neither Titans nor the prophecy, there's no way that I would willingly walk on the path that she extols. Given how rigorously she enforces her principles, how would she ever accept a heretic such as me?
True. Surely.
I understand what you mean. At the very least, the both of us agree that this tyrant who wallows in extravagance and greed is the greatest threat to achieving peace in Akama.
Surely a
The
great
Council
threat.
of Elders is willing to defend your right to live, just as we defend every oppressed citizen. However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaya are only growing in magnitude. The peace that we are aspiring toward, as well as everything that we hold dear, will be destroyed completely. The city will be burned to ashes, and the citizens' blood will be shed. Tell me, what are you willing to do for our esteemed citizens so that they can vanquish the enemies of our fine city?
I will be the one who shatter Agla's self-righteousness. Surely.
Aglaya's authoritarianism, conceit, and arrogance have granted her unfettered control for the most part. Yet these traits are also her greatest weakness. If I can render her helpless by forcing her to experience the agonizing pain of betrayal, I am certain she will never recover from such a setback.
Surely you don't believe that such a tiny betrayal will be enough to push her to her wit's end.
What's more, there are many who remain silent, merely watching to see how much chaos I can unleash. Not to mention, you know full well that the Chrysos heirs have never been a united front.
In the name of Kefali, Akama thanks you for your sincere and valuable thoughts. At this stage, it's clear that you and I understand the benefits to be won from this discussion. Let me put it plainly. The Council of Elders has always been renowned for its fairness, and that fairness is built on a foundation of sincerity. The Council of Elders has vowed to all citizens of Akaba that it will always remain loyal to them. As for you, my lord, how will you guarantee that you will be able to live up to such earnestness and will not betray Akama's indomitable citizens when the opportunity presents itself? Just as you now betray Aglaya when it suits you.
Yes.
Surely you jest. My loyalty does not need to be proven. The fact that the Council of Elders is asking for proof of my loyalty is itself akin to a form of betrayal.
True.
I am incredibly honored
Oh yeah, this guy exists.
to move that you bury the hatchet in a civilized manner. However, I am afraid that I must interrupt for a brief moment. As the Theoros, I have observed the following. Lady Aglaya, the Goldweaver, is currently on her way to Dawncloud.
Oh. Well, I do believe that we might have a slight overabundance of guests today.
Feeling dissatisfied, Lady Kindness? Despite the Council of Elders' lofty residence on Dawncloud, it must still tolerate the whims of the Chrysos heirs.
So you were holding back just now. Seems like you are better at playing this game than I. In any case, I'm glad that she's arriving here. So tell me, Anaxagoras, now that you're an ally of mine, if Aglaya were to demand that I hand you over, what should I do?
You can do as she says. Tell her that the Council of Elders merely wished to chat with me and had no intention of offending her. However, by doing so, the authority of the Council of Elders will be as thin as papyrus that has been soaked in blood. Not only can it be destroyed at the slightest touch, but the Council will also lose possession of a valuable core flame. No, more like 2 core flames. After all, at the next Citizens' Assembly, that young lady who is synonymous with death will also be standing on our side.
Oh?
Wait. Okay.
How can you be sure of that?
Is that of importance to you? All you need to know is that I have a plan. In my opinion, you should be more worried about the impending threat. If Aglaia can seize me in full view of the masses today, she could also dismiss the entire Council of Elders in one fell swoop tomorrow. If that happens, the discussion that we've just had will turn into an utter joke instead.
True.
Is this the outcome that you wish to see, Lady Kindness?
Fine. I will handle this matter appropriately. But you do best to remember this. Fool the people and karma will be on your tail. I'll overlook it this time, but don't count on there being a next time. Unless, of course, you crave cruel punishment and consider suffering the perfect state to ponder the true nature of souls.
Well, what do you know? That happens to be one of my rare talents.
What? You're masochist? What?
We
Wait,
should
what?
see then.
What?
I've got to say that you've managed to really impress me again. But shouldn't you be going after more?
Dying to know what I'm after.
I mean, I'm the reason Titan after all. It is in me to ask and seek answers.
True.
Easy there. You'll learn the answers soon enough. I didn't bring it up with her purely because she doesn't have the means to give me what I truly want. It's as they say, onlookers see most clearly. The true masters of Dawncloud have always been the Theoros, who watches over everything.
The what?
An expected visitor. Welcome once again. You know, you could actually skip all the pointless debate and come straight to me to seek an audience with Kefali.
You can do that?
I have no reason to refuse you, do I?
You can just send us
You
to
may
Kefali.
not, but Kindness has. Whoever gets hold of Kefali's core flame will get to rule over Akama. She's wary of me, so naturally I had to gain her trust. I would say that debate was not at all pointless.
Very true.
In my view, this individual has gone to great lengths to get close to Kefali. He might very well be plotting something nefarious against the Titan. Are you still willing to let him pass, knowing this?
Sure, why not?
Yes, very much so. All living creations are always free to visit Kefali's transcendent vessel. This comes with being the world-bearer.
How convenient it is to be able to hear what they say.
It is truly my honor to speak to a venerated Titan in person. Please, go ahead. Let me join you both on this journey. Oh, a bygone myth tells of an occasion where Kefali once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the holy mountain. Their followers have since believed that scaling this Titan cliff is one way of being with the god.
Hear that? It's not every day that you get to climb a mountain with Circes. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
Titan hymns are beyond me.
Huge. It's a long ass fucking walk, by the way. Because you have to take like 10 years just to reach here. Holy shit. Maybe open the chest at least.
Take this Iannis shortcut, and the long
you just say
pilgrimage
Iannis?
stairway will be waiting for you at its end.
I have to admit, I never expected you to not ask me anything. Not even my motive.
Because I know very well what it is you are after. As the saying goes, a gentleman helps others achieve their goals. I have a feeling that your theory will be validated at the end of this journey. I believe Kefali will not deprive you of your right to ask your question, especially now that you're on the brink of death. You must be closer to Kefali than anyone else. Wouldn't you agree?
Surely.
I hope things go as you say then.
Putting a child of justice into a farcical world is bound to turn it upside down. It is my hope that you bring a much-needed change to this world which is on the brink of destruction.
Hey, chest.
Honestly, this is my first time going up to Dawn Cloud's peak.
Peak.
What a splendid view. Isn't it about time you recognize the magnificence of us Titans?
Well, I don't see how this place is different from those temples in the city. All they have are magnificent facades. And even though I've come this far, I'm still doubtful about getting useful clues from him.
I must be getting ahead of myself to be expecting to hear something nice from you.
Oh? Haven't you been in my head for some time now? It's high time you get used to how I feel about things. Alright, we're just a short hike away from Kefali. No time to waste here.
Blech.
So the intellectual debate from earlier was too draining for you, huh? If Amphorius gets a new lease on life, you should focus on strengthening your body and stop shirking social interactions.
Save your concern.
The Titan is in sight. Can you make it?
Why? Are you going to carry me up if I were to fall now?
Oh,
I
that
know
sounds like
how
a good
far
idea.
I can go. So just hold your tongue and come along.
Fine then. I guess I won't say any more. I'll just wait till your soul dissipates completely to gain control over your body.
Sound very kinky, not gonna lie.
Wait. is that? Cersei's? Hey, look at that.
Huh? What should I be looking at?
Am I hallucinating? Or do we even get to see souls when we're close to dying?
Wrong button, shit.
Oh? Why didn't you bring your favorite spear with you on this trip, Nias?
Nias. I know I've heard this name somewhere.
It's unfortunate. The Black Tide destroyed every last inch of my calyx.
How could that be? Even a creation of Georios, from their prized ores and molten fire, couldn't escape the fate of destruction?
Hey, Cersei's. Do you know a certain Nias?
Nias? No, not that I remember. How did you even think up such a strange name?
I just saw him. Nias. A warrior-like figure who was just chatting with you here.
Surely.
No, I have no such memory. Could you be hallucinating?
There's a lot of sound.
Departed spirit?
There's a lot of noise you make just now. Interact with them. Oh. Offer greeting to Capelli. I'll do that later next time. Bye. Just. I'm furious.
Little star.
Since when you fucking sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star?
You two again.
Enough about me. Did Kaos ever reply to you?
Well, regrettably.
Seems like the price of becoming a demigod is a lot heftier than we thought.
Chaos. Demigod. I've never heard of this person. Which Titan's authority did he inherit?
Look on the bright side, Nias. Since we've come all this way, I doubt he'd snub his old friends, would he?
Yes.
Let's just hope we mean as much as the world to him.
Hey! Are you seeing that same hallucination again?
Yes. It's still you and Nias, but you're now talking about a certain Chaos. I'm guessing he's one of your companions?
Chaos? This name sounds just as strange to me.
Never mind. I think I know what this is about. If things are as I thought, then they aren't hallucinations, but the souls of people.
What? But if those are the souls of the dead, then what am I?
Beats me. For all I know, you're just an illusion I conjured up in my dying moments.
Could be.
let's just keep going. As long as I take in more sights and hear more stories.
Know your limits. Wander too far among the dead, and even I might not be able to save you.
Fine. If this is indeed as I thought, then this will be very amusing. So, we meet again. I'm sure you wouldn't mind us.
What's everyone panting?
Can you keep going?
Of course. And just... If I knew we had to climb a mountain, I wouldn't have come along with you.
I guess this also counts as one aspect of the world-bearing burden. If Amphorius does have a next life, you may want to get your body in shape.
Keep your sarcasm to yourself.
I'm not getting anything of value from them.
I would sooner throw myself off this cliff and hit rock bottom than exercise even a little. I am Calypso of the eminent Seven Sages, after all. Training would make me no different from those Helcalithist barbarians.
Calypso. She's one of the Seven Sages. A member of the Grove? No, she can't be. I would know her name if she really were one of the Seven Sages. Hey, Xerxes. Does the name Calypso ring a bell? Xerxes?
Gone.
They're gone. Doesn't matter. I can do this myself. Looks like I'm nearly there now. The land.
Oh, beautiful old world. Where are you now? Oh, legendary era Chrysia, return to the mortal realm. Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk. Alas, all that's left of that warmth is a hazy mirage.
Why are you chanting that too?
Sorry. My brain just shut down.
We're here, finally. So, I don't get to ask the Titan my question, but all of you make for a pleasant surprise, nonetheless. Very well then, let me uncover the truth for myself. Did I still fail to make it in time? So, I'm back here again. This is... I can hear it. I hear it from the depths of the tides, behind the closed doors of the void world. A voice ready to tell me something. This time, the voice is a lot clearer than before.
Since we've come this far, let's just wait.
What? No. Oh.
Lord
Oh.
Ias and Miss Calypso, are you both here to visit Kaos too?
Yes, and we've been waiting for quite some time now.
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us. The worst case scenario is that he's already been overwhelmed and crushed by the world-bearing burden.
You're overthinking, Lord Nias. I can still sense Chaos' soul in the area. And besides, we both know Chaos' nature. A deliverer like him wouldn't fall so readily, much less give up on all that he holds dear. Isn't that so?
Yes, I have faith in him.
That reminds me, why are you making this trip alone, Polixia?
Oh, my sister needs more time to make sure the flowers are fine.
Such a pity. Both of you have hearts kinder than anyone else. Yet you are born only to take over Thanatos' divinity.
Everything that I see and hear this time has left me shaken to the core. What may seem like a mundane conversation is in truth a once-in-a-lifetime exchange that has revealed the ultimate answer to Circe's question. The conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theorem. Next, I only need to seek verification from Kefali. By doing so, I can answer Circe's question and reclaim my body. But no, I will not do that. That isn't important. Because I'm not... Another one of my conjectures, one that I have always dreamed of proving, has been proved right this very instant. Fusing a mortal soul with that of a Titan to replace said Titan is not a ludicrous idea after all.
Đáng hơn POV.
What are you thinking about?
Okay. Holy shit, I have no idea what the fuck is going on with Anaza. The whole time they were like on and on about Titan this, Titan that. I'm like actually just straight up falling asleep. I'm trying my best to pay attention, but I barely even understand what they're referring to half the time. Right? That is definitely something I need to like go through a second sitting to understand what I just learned or read. That's why sometimes you see me press L is so that I can read back what they say and try to analyze exactly what it is. Just amazing how this towering tree is Circe's divine body is a majestic sight.
Is that so? You don't look the slightest bit amazed, though. Plus, you seem to be strangely familiar with the city around the great tree.
Merely something from the past that I won't go too into.
Events of the past, huh? I was also a child when I looked up at Circe's. Their leaves and branches reflected the sparkling stars, and their trunk was like a pillar that supported the sky and ground.
Alright, turn off photo.
I stood at this very spot back then, imagining the day when I could climb to the top of this tree. because I would be the closest I can be to the sky at that spot.
You are a sky priest, yet you study at a place that is home to a risen titan. That's rather counterintuitive.
Don't read too much into it. I mean, can mortals even hope to reach Aquila's realm? They're a strict and draconian god. Nothing like Circe's. Reason is willing to share what is theirs with others, but Sky only expects people to revere them. You get what I'm saying, right, Denny? After all, the titan that imprisoned you and Grey here in Amphorius is none other than Aquila themselves.
Yes, I didn't count on provoking the irate of the
But
local
there
god.
will always be people who dream of soaring towards the sky. The Grove has a wealth of research on Aquila, and that is exactly what we are here for.
What disable the setting?
It's just... I never thought Gray would meet with something like that before we set off. As a physician, I should have been there by his side.
Oh. Well, I tend to come in streaks, so don't beat yourself up over it. Besides, Agalia need you here to uncover the truth behind what's happening to the Grove. Let's just make the most out of this trip and keep lookout for any document related to the Death Titan that could be useful for to Gyarados.
Yeah, there's no rest for the weary, huh? In any case, what we're looking for could be anywhere in this enormous grove. Let's split up to cover more ground.
Good idea, wow.
Danny, with your skills, I'm sure those monsters born of Black Tide will pose no threat to you anyway.
And you and what army? What about you? Will you be alright on your own?
Have you forgotten that you're talking to the chief physician of the Twilight Courtyard? Have more faith in me. I'll be just fine.
Okay. The silence is here is near deafening. With the vast amount of knowledge you hold, the Academy is akin to a library of information. Even the cleverest of scholars would easily lose their way in here. I will gather my thought before heading in. How to live Emporius. In the myth, Aquila, the titan who reigns over the domain of the sky, is colossal bird that overlook the world benefit from them with 100 eyes. As long as they continue to soar above the cloud, the people of Alvarez will remain trapped on the ground. So make them blind. Hyacinth, the four bears were priests who worship Aquila. Nobody is more familiar with the taboos of the Sky Titan than her. Seeing how Agalia have sent her here as a guide, it's possible that she planned to have Hyacinth take on the trial in the future. In Alvarius, Titans are a common topic of discussion. People created myths that, in turn, conceive Titan. It's a tricky task to keep an objective view when among the people of Alvarius. Is there a way to step out of the situation and look at it from a different perspective? What the fuck, there's so much more. Titan and Aeon are two distinct classes of being. Titan can communicate with us humans, and it's not impossible for us to overpower them. Upon their demise, we can even take over their divinity. In this regard, Titan can be said to be a lot more similar to humans than Aeons are. Princess Air and Demigod. Princess Air are humans who possess heroic quality, with most of them demonstrating extraordinary combat prowess. What the fuck is this? This is like really telling back old snippet. With most of them demonstrating extraordinary combat prowess and strength. About clearing a core flame trial. Oh shit, I just realized. Wait, I can just do this. On clearing a core flame trials, the Princess Air can even ascend to demigod and inherit a Titan divinity. Wait, something's about that feel off. Is this selection process of some sort? I guess it is. Guided by the prophecy, the hero are on a quest to reclaim Core Flame and usher in the Era Nova. Their effort has been greatly resorted to date. As expected, the prophecy is the hardest to make any sense of, but with barely any information to go on, no matter how much I ruminate on it, it won't yield any result. I should leave this for another time. I should probably turn my attention to something else. Zelda's plight. No one could ever imagine that Zelda's life could be forfeited the moment we landed on the forest. I should have done more to keep her safe, but it's not too late. We still have a fighting chance. The unique rule that governs life and death of forest might just work in our favor and save her. The grove is veritable library of knowledge. Maybe they have a record on a similar case. Please let there be one. Enough amusement, it's time to move. The clock is ticking, I should search for clue as I move. The night sky feels unusual now that I've gotten used to the eternal light of Okema. What happened here? Jump. Many monsters are twisted in form, and their life has turned to ash together with their soul. It's supposed to figure out their form when they are still alive. They are the remain of the black type monster. It does look different from the Titan King from up close. What's that underneath? A scroll? Oh my god. A recorded dialogue between a Venervationist and Neophorist scholar. Most of it illegible, leaving only fragment of dialogue. The V scholar. We all recall that state that dare touch the sky, but what were they really? Just a blind masses manipulated by ambitious politicians who dare challenge the Titan authority? Uncovering Melissa's attempt, an absolute mistake. You V have bowed to the Titan for so long, you've forgotten a scholar's true purpose. Making a mistake does not mean the act was meaningless. Even those students new to the group understand this from a basic logic reason. An entire city-state reduced to ash proved the skyship construction was a mistake. To me, that's precisely the meaning they achieved through sacrifice. When I'm hearing this, right, such a statement, are you converting to V? No, I'm simply examining the matter from another's perspective. That's it. As expected, the group doesn't forbid discussion about the sky. It's a debate between two scholars about the skyship. Agalia also made a mention of the ship when she interrogated us, a memory I'd rather forget. I'll hold on to this for now. With any luck, this journey won't leave us empty-handed. Why can't we break that? There's a lot of enemy, but how are you, Hyacinth? There's Hyacinth. Why is she surrounded by so many monsters? As much as I have faith in her, that's probably a good idea to help her out here.
Really
now?
This is way more trouble than I could have asked for.
Need a hand?
Or you could sit back and watch.
True. I can't tell if you're serious or not, but being hard to read isn't without its perk, I suppose.
I'm kidding, Danny. Lend me a hand, pretty please. Alright, now let's get him.
Let's go on a Hyacinth trial scene. trial hyacinth. Where the fuck is my trial character? It's such a perfect time for a trial hyacinth.
Let's see ya.
Life is not so as you wish.
Underestimating us will cost you.
Right?
In the mood for another time to mix things up.
Why am I healing the fucker?
Slice second, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Embrace a new life.
Okay, they did. This place is practically in ruins. What happened? There shouldn't be this many monsters here.
The Black Tide is remarkably quick to detect the light of Amphorius. So or rather, the blessings of the Sky Priest in me, might have unknowingly called them to me. Anyway, never mind that for now.
So you're saying you are just a beacon of bad
You
luck?
might want to have a look at this. I found it around here and thought it might be of interest to you.
Fuck. Oh my god. Give me a sec, I need to take some water. A debate record between two scholars. Most are religious, only fragment of dialogue. Well then, enlighten me. What exactly do you mean by examining from another's perspective? Simple, you see. When we stand normally, the sky is above. When we stand on our head, it's below our feet. Hey, I don't even know what kind of situation inspired you to make such exalted theories. Okay. By the way, I have a student who loved to write satirical comedies and once wrote about a fool who could not figure out a question or no matter what. As I said, there's no reasoning with your venerationist. You're like Dromasus, huge yet always gazing downward at the earth, while I was to be the wasp that sting the Dromas. Why if the state tyrant defeat simply proved that among all paths to Aquila, the sky ship was the wrong one? Anaxagoras, you impose blasphemer. Mark my word, you will eventually answer for your sacrilege. I doubt your student or that young teacher assistant girl have any idea what secret research you're truly conducting. Anaxagoras, he's a scholar who fills himself with the core flame of reason.
This is new. I didn't know Professor Anaxa was researching the sky. He's never mentioned anything about it.
Phaenon and Anaxa might be opposite to the flame chase journey.
Might is an understatement. Anaxa has never been one to venerate the gods, nor has he ever found it within himself to put any faith in the prophecy. People have come to think of him as a heretic, even in a place as liberal as the Grove. Yet, it is also this very blasphemer that Circe favors. Fate sure works in mysterious ways. Oh, let me have a look.
Sorry, I missed a couple of things. Finally say my opponents might be an understatement. Whether God nor has he ever found himself within to put any faith in the orthodoxy. People have come to think of him as heretic, even in place of liberal as the Grove. Yet it is also this very blasphemer that Cersei's facial works in mysterious ways. If I was strong on the way here too, it looks like it may be related to the one you're holding, or let me have a look. By the look of them, this scroll are recorded of 2 conversations that took place in the same setting, one after
By
another.
the looks of them,
Oh.
these scrolls are records of 2 conversations that took place in the same setting, one after the other.
There's still so much I don't know about the Grove. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, yes, what are any of the word mean?
The Grove of Epiphany is home to 7 schools of thought. While all 7 schools are founded on the ideologies of Thalesis, the first scholar, each is unique in its own way. Among them, the Venerationists revere and worship the Titans the most. As the sage of the Venerationists, Euthyphro has always been at loggerheads with Anaxa. If we were to place the 7 sages on the scales of Talantum, Anaxa and Euthyphro would be placed on opposite sides to achieve balance.
I got that. Yes. Very illustrative explanation. Thanks you. Okay, so the Ver people is worshipping Titan. Okay. What was it a mistake to build the skyship?
Nearly everyone in Amphorius has heard the story of the skyships by now. Aquila's stature is loftier than the heavens, and their divine retribution is merciless. That's why it's no use building giant skyfaring ships. Oh, but I do wonder if a supercharged mini treaty cannon could slip past their watch.
Maybe. That was a joke, right? No. That's totally can be a thing. What is another field of
These
study?
forests primarily study the application of alchemy in soul repair.
Sound fun?
Everyone considers Anaxa a blasphemer, but that has never stopped him from sharing his ideas, no matter how taboo. If you must say that he's hiding something, then it's likely what lies beneath his eye patch.
Double question.
Anaxa often says that every failure brings us one step closer to the truth.
True.
Perhaps, to him, the crash of the skyship carries a different interpretation. The firmament is not impenetrable. On the contrary, it was precisely because the skyship represented the first step toward breaking free from the shackles of the earth that it provoked the wrath of the Sky Titan and brought divine punishment upon itself. It's a shame that the majority of the Grove's research on Aquila was headed by the Venerationists, with sacrificial rituals making up a predominant part of their findings. Discourse about more esoteric subject matters in relation to Aquila dwindled even further after the skyship incident. So much so that even the scroll is completely new to me.
Don't worry about it, we just collect everything we can find on the Titan for now. There's something else that might catch my attention though. This say that Anza is conducting secret experiment of some sort.
That's what I'd like to know. What are these experiments he's involved in? Even I, the assistant lecturer, know next to nothing about them. I have a bad feeling about this. Could there be more to what happened at the Grove?
Most likely is. Open up.
This is the Library of Philia, a place where the Grove stores its collection of tomes. Other than books written by the 7 schools, you can also find philosophical texts, ballads, and religious writings from the Outlands here. Cities that desire to learn from the Grove were apparently expected to contribute knowledge of equal value to what they saw. We've had more than our fair share of hilarious episodes over the years. For instance, it's said that the Erythrocheramists once borrowed a manuscript from a certain author, but ended up returning a copy instead of the original. What's more,
That's
the
hilarious.
original manuscript was supposedly then hidden here.
That doesn't seem like a nice thing to do.
Nice? No need to hold yourself back, Danny. You can just tell it like it is. Their behavior was no different from bandits.
Bandits? Well, if you don't mind, did the Grove ever rob Castrum Cramnos?
Whew, you've got me there. Some said you couldn't even find a dictionary in Castrum Premnos, so I guess they were spared. There are too many books in the Library of Philia. Flipping through them all will take too long. Why don't we use the Biblioslate to search for the texts we need? We can bring them back to Akama for reading after that.
Agreed, this place isn't safe, we should leave as soon as we're done. There's still several more scrolls thrown away all over the place. I'll gather them while you pull up those texts. This way, nothing will be overlooked. How many are there? Right, down there. This is where we meet the Cersei. What's that? Like fucking 10 different investigation button. There are complete letter from the scholar about Anaxagoras, the Blasphemer. There's a thick stack of letters. Based on the dust accumulated and the perfectly insect seal, the complainee did not even bother opening them and just chucked them aside into the corner. True. Base. This is about Anaza. I should read this. Hyacinth, you should come and have a look too.
Ugh, it's so dusty in here. Whoa, are these all complaints about him? I can already see what they must have written. Anaxa has no respect for the gods. His very existence undermines order in our society. They're probably all things like that.
Does Anaza hold that
Why
much
else would they
influence?
call him the great performer? When Anaxer established his school of thought, the first thing he apparently did was read his own work to everyone. Are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think gods should be? Worlds created by gods are indubitably perfect, but what of Emporius? Only foolishness and insensitivity everywhere you turn. They marched him straight to the seat of judgment before he could finish.
Sorry, I just called me blank out. An uncanny impersonation of what happened after.
Though what he took on in the end was more of a debate than an actual trial. He had to address every one of the scholar's allegations, or face expulsion from the Grove. The first allegation was... Do you agree that since the Titans created the heavens and earth, so the mountains, rivers, and seas must likewise be their creations?
Am I supposed to put myself in a shoe and answer that? Yes? How else would they be created? As though in a myth, the sea, the sky, and the earth are all beyond the shadow of doubt, creator of the Titan.
Anaxa would have probably been spared a lot of trouble if he had answered this way. Instead, he quoted past instances of the flame chase journey and posited that humans have the potential to take over the divinity of Titans.
Yeah, but that's still needing
Needless to say,
Titan to
his
origin
critics
first, no?
didn't take kindly to his answer, so they followed up with a second allegation.
That still require there to be an initial Titan first, ma.
You claim to
How
be
do you take
studying
over if
souls,
there's nothing
but you
there?
are, in fact, defiling them and committing acts condemned by the gods. Do you admit it?
Yes. The serious accusation, did he really do that?
Anaxa always wears an eye patch, never removing it, even when alone. Some say he used one of his eyes as an alchemical ingredient. Every being in the world owes their safekeeping to Kipoli, and this is even more so for the Chrysos heirs who have divine blood coursing through them. If he has really done something of that nature, then it'd indeed be sacrilegious. Thankfully, they had no way to prove it, so it amounted to nothing more than an allegation in the end.
Unless you read his mind, then,
One by one, Anaxa engaged in wars of words against those who would challenge him. Toward the end, a scholar asked him, Anaxagoras, have you any respect for the gods? It was only after a brief silence that he answered, I have never denied that Titans are meant to be noble constructs.
what he didn't say, that the Titans are not noble, rings louder in this case.
Yes, I'm not sure how that controversy was eventually resolved, but what's for certain at least is that Anaxa was allowed to stay in the grove where he continued his research, despite being regarded as a heretic. By the way, this stack of complaint letters has reminded me of a place in the grove. We may find clues there that aren't on the teleslate. I'm talking about Anaxa's alchemy lab, hidden between the cornerstones.
In the grove, a mysterious approach to archiving. Could there really be such an oversight under their nose?
It's a well-kept secret. Among the 7 sages, excluding the nominal chief sage, each has a private sanctuary where they can conduct research undisturbed in their free time. Even the administrators of the Library of Philia are restricted from accessing those places and documenting the sage's research. But with the grove in this state, I'm sure Anaxa won't be mad even if we sneak into the lab for a short while. Right?
What do you say? Even the administrator of Library of Elysia are restricted from accessing those places. With the grove in this state, I'm sure won't be bad. Yeah. I cannot focus today. I'm sorry. I really cannot focus today. I think after I finish investigating, I'll just call quits here. But I can just TP there, no? No, I need to wait for it.
everything. Materials for alchemical experiments, matrix diagrams, and even the seal to the lab. They're all gone. The black tide destroyed all.
No wonder we didn't see any defense mechanism along the way. Have you ever been here before?
No, not even close. Not only are alchemy experiments high-risk activities, but Professor Anaxa also has a penchant for using bizarre materials. Students often saw him walk in looking right as rain, but come out covered in soot with his hair singed. Naturally, no one dared to come near this place. Huh? That bookshelf over there seems to be the only thing still intact.
Oh, that thing used to be intact but no longer. There are material requested by an document from various fields have been compiled into one place, including Titan creation, the universality of the soul, and alchemy doctrine, and so on. Most of the material looked to be written research domain of the Neosporic school of thought. However, a document titled "A Study on the Presence Air Background" is mixed with it. Fuck. This appears to be a quick note examining the background of the presence air. The Holy Maiden of Jedi Glorious, Trivi, Trajan, and Trinon, descendant of the Holy Maiden of the Temple of the Three Fates. Gold Weaver, Agalia of Okema, from the Ministia Bistri family. The Prince of Crystal Kremnos, Hyacinth of the Twilight Courtyard. All their essentially have varying degrees of connection to the Divine Titan or their divine authority. Does the golden blood come from the heritage of the priest family or royal bloodline? Anagragas, I myself could show no such connection. Cafele, the creator, which criteria did they use to create the golden blood to shape the crystal set? Yet Catherine is the servant of the dead from Idonia. Her lineage is neither titan, priest, nor demigod, but she has walked the earth for at least a millennium with the power to grant death to humans. Where did this power come from? Another text speaks from the dragon legend of Stadia. The alchemical extraction of soul ripped from the dragon corpses is intriguing. Dragons appear to be Titan's creation. Perhaps there is a way to reverse the process using alchemy to refuse human soul with Titan creation, increasing the purity of divine of golden blood towards the absolute. The theory must be tested. The experiment will to be arranged.
What's going on? Anaxa is conducting research on our friends in Alchema and me?
This journal contains several intriguing points. From the Abyss of Fate of Carnage, I have seen many Titan creations during my time in Aphorius. Life form created by Circes can also be found in the group, but fusing them with human soul through alchemy, I can't very begin to imagine. I seem to be whole special interest in the divinity courses through the Kratos air vein, and has even conducted a thorough investigation into the hero's background.
It wouldn't have been so strange if he had focused only on Cassie, given her own curiosity about her origins. Plus, considering that the Neosporists have crafted omnipotent medicines capable of curing diseases, it also makes sense that he would conduct research on immortal Chrysos heirs. But now, it seems Anaxa's objective was never to create medicine, but to identify the origin of the golden blood and figure out its inner workings.
Okay. Through alchemy, Anaxa aimed to refine the golden blood in the Kratos air to a degree of purity equal to divinity. This must be what he meant by close to true purity, but treating both the Titan creation and the human body as material to be used in alchemy experience, that's rather extreme.
Annie, look at this. I have a bad feeling about this.
Judging from what's left behind, the important alchemical formula have been taken away. Only the author's reasoning remain. The previous batch has flaw. Fusing human soul with the Titan creation does not purify golden blood. Even pure Titan creation are contaminant to the Chrysos Air golden blood. Soul fusing between human and creature mirroring. Soul fusion between human creation merely repair impurity of the soul and maintain connection of two dying. While creation myth tells us that Chrysos Air and the others' creation were all made by Titan, their nature differ fundamentally. The creation are all made by Titans, their nature differ fundamentally. The Titan creation are no intermediate project of an alchemy process, and the Chrysos Air are closer to the Titan than the creation. In other words, I should not have considered Titan creation equal to Chrysos Air. The evidence that would have been found on this point towards the Titan itself. Such a rare chance to study Titan. Only by understanding the fundamental of creation can we ensure perfection at the time of everything. Both through my own hand, I will meet a Titan and reach the true essence of the soul.
My biggest fear. It's come true. After going through his notes, I think I can piece it all together now. The Nexa was carrying out experiments on soul transmutation.
Seem pretty dull. Okay. Do you mean he's trying to reconstruct human soul alchemically?
Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research on. Something he had to keep hidden from others. Compared to his public speeches, this is the real blasphemy. Oh, I just thought of something.
Do you mean he's trying to yeah. What's wrong?
Do you remember when the black tide was approaching? The Grove had planned to send Cersei's core flame to a safe place. But an accident happened along the way, and Anaxa lost his life in the process.
Blueprint descends this conflict to the same place, but then sailing along the way, and lost his life in the process. But Cersei took away his body and resurrected him, which led to the situation we are in now.
That's right. But what if Professor Anaxa's fusion with the core flame of reason wasn't an accident?
What do you
Put
mean?
yourself in his shoes. Knowing that the black tide was closing in and your time was running out, what would you have done?
I put my theory to a test no matter the cost.
Exactly. When the black tide came, the true reason Anaxa headed to the luminary throne was to transmute and fuse himself with the Titan's core flame.
Think he succeeded?
No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came as a surprise. Maybe he failed to consider the possibility that Cersei would make a similar decision. The manuscripts detailing all the alchemical formulae have been taken away. His research is still ongoing.
Could he have taken them for other purpose?
What? There's only one Titan left in the world now. No. No way.
To conceive an entity of perfection, one must first understand the principle of creation. If Vanessa is in Okama now, then that means...
He's after Kefali.
Nope, okay. That's his goal. That's his goal.
Sir, this sky above us. It's not real, is it?
Of course not. This is just an image from a projection device used for educational purposes. A simple trick. The day-night cycle has been lost to this world. So that students like you may still learn about the night sky, astronomers have harnessed the Titan's miraculous power to manipulate the light, projecting the nights of the past here for you. Much like how the sky above the holy city is also illuminated by Kefali's dawn device.
So, the skies of Akama are fake too.
You mustn't conclude that, Inoxa. You should know that only a child would expose a trick and be proud of it. Often people know more than they let on. They simply choose to feign ignorance because they have no other choice.
Then they're just deluding themselves. People believe in Kefali's tale of Genesis, accepting wholesale whatever the priests preach. But we're different. We've already walked out of the firelit cave of ignorance. We have already realized that we live in a world where Titans make the rules. Even when we look at the sky, we're only seeing what they allow us to see. Rather than gazing at this mockery of a night sky fabricated by them for the rest of my life, why shouldn't I be the one to take control of the projection device instead?
So much time has passed since you sowed the seeds of doubt in my heart, child. Many a night, I find myself penning down all my theories and wild ideas, only to burn them to ashes when I open my eyes in the day.
Why? Because we'll face death by burning if word gets out?
As a sage of the Venerationists, my soul has already become inextricably linked to the great tree. Every word I say and every move I make is certain to influence every leaf, every branch, even the tree itself. But above all else, my days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about the golden blood and the human soul, yet I have no means of verifying them. The golden blood in my veins is woefully thin, and I am loath to waste what little time I have left obsessing over a hypothesis that cannot even be proven in the first place.
But I can, sir. I can do it for us. The time is right. Give me all that I need, and I shall accomplish this grand feat on your behalf.
You're right. I shall do just that. In the next meeting of the sages, I will spare no efforts fighting for the rights you deserve. Go. Establish your own school of thought. Find out what we are. Become the one who conquers the ultimate truths of the world.
Child of humanity. You didn't go to such lengths for an audience with Kefali. Just ask him a few questions, did you?
So, you figured it out. If I were as foolish as a Dromus, perhaps I'd throw myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the gods' prophetic wisdom. Well, sorry to disappoint, but I'm no Dromus.
You're not?
Alas, I am a human.
You are?
Standing tall on 2 feet, possessing both intellect and pride.
Before such power, does it make any difference whether you're a human or a Dromus?
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians. When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they didn't just give up and become sitting ducks. No. They constructed a dam that kept the roaring tide at bay, chaining down the mad Fagusa. They call me a blasphemer, Circes. But that doesn't mean I deny the existence of gods. It's just... as I see it, Titans are simply a force that mankind has yet to find a way to tame.
Oh? If power that rivals the Titans is what you crave, why not conform to the prophecy and brave the trial?
Logical.
Why stop at harnessing the power of the Titans when I can do so much more? The source of life is what I wish to grasp, to understand what makes up the soul, and to learn what we really are. Thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist in death. But where there is death, there is life. And where there is an end, there must also be a beginning. How then is a soul born? That was the only unknown variable left in my calculations.
And by the sound of it, you have already formed a conjecture.
No, I have already drawn a conclusion. In my journey unto death just now, I finally saw the answer with my own eyes.
Professor Anaxa. I'm here.
Alright,
Her life hangs by a thread.
say my name.
I must ask you to refrain from taking any unnecessary steps.
Of course. I'll bring this to a conclusive end, and give you the answer you so desire. However, in accordance with the principle of equivalent exchange, I must also demand from you what I need.
As you wish.
Don't you care to know what the price might be?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan and her survival. This may be the only time I can ever save someone's life. There is no need for me to think twice.
I see. In that case, let the show begin.
Okay, well.
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend to prove Thanatos' whereabouts and prove the nature of our existence now?
Before I begin, I must confess I had been stuck in a cognitive trap all this time. As unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they are in fact logical equivalents. They are merely two different ways of telling us about what the soul is at its core. The reason I say this is, as I've mentioned earlier, the answer was hidden in my journey.
Okay, get on with it. Get on with it.
Anaxa, you were in the Netherrealm?
Yes, I am but a living dead man now. But that's not important. What truly matters is, I overheard a conversation between heroes. That's not all. Remember how I said you were a part of that conversation too, Circes?
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event. That was likely just an illusion conjured up by the mind of a dying man.
True.
Of course you would remember.
It's all in the future?
Because that wasn't you.
Oh, fuck.
That was Calypso, one of the 7 sages of the Grove.
Calypso?
That's the name I made up on a whim when speaking to this girl. How do you know of it? And surely you jest. Don't you think I, of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages under the shade of my tree? Don't you claim to know the grove's past like the back of your hand?
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into your soul. Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the dead, it stands to reason their likenesses are of souls from the past. The living cannot step foot into that world, so who could they be? Think about Calypso. Why does she share your likeness, yet you have no idea who she is? The answer is evident, is it not?
Oh my god, I will punch
Those
this fellow in the
fallen
face.
heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood. The gods aren't master creators born out of thin air, and they are no different from humans, because they all evolved from one. Does this answer disappoint you?
Honestly?
Yes, because you've answered nothing. If I truly was once human, as you claim, then where do the children of humanity come from?
Even on the off chance that you speak the truth, this brings us no closer to grasping Thanatos' whereabouts. How are we to find them?
I knew you would say that.
So to find Grandmaster is to find
But it
the
matters
kin
not.
that is similar
I know
to the
what I'm doing.
mortal
Actually,
human
why
titan
don't we
before
have
titaness.
this supreme being standing before us tell us everything?
You can revive a titan?
The fuck?
Humans cannot return from the dead. Neither can gods. But all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective, and the problem will resolve itself. The solution is simple. Just like what you did to me. If I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world and all within it as they once did. Simple, is it not?
What? What the actual fuck are you on about? In the meantime,
I have news from Hyacinth and Dan Heng. Anaxa might be trying to do something with Kefali's divine body.
what?
Kefali? But what could Anaxa want? Is the Council of Elders going to sit around and let such a sacrilegious act unfold?
That is not
The amount of
possible.
time they have to use sacrilegious is too much.
He is indeed the great performer, capable of fooling anyone and everyone with his tricks.
There's no trick, he's just being dumb. He's not telling it. There's not. You can't say that's a trick
I'm sorry.
when he said
No
nothing.
need for guilt, for this is good news to us. The Council of Elders has found themselves a traitorous ally. Anaxa's ambitious desires will be something we can exploit.
It's like saying like, oh, why are you
What
not
we
telling
should
the
be
truth while
doing
he's
now
like
is to
not
keep
saying
our
shit in the
eyes
first
peeled
place.
for whichever trickery Kindness is up to, and react accordingly to thwart her plans. Being Akima's political center, the Demigod Council holds just as much significance as the Vortex of Genesis. Someday, after my duty is over, this site will take the place of the battlefield where you hunt gods. Become the next challenge you ought to overcome. Till then, it's best to get used to this place as soon as possible.
Sure. Bye.
Preposterous! The Christos heirs only have their standing because of the Council of Elders. How dare they trample over it?
Wow, these people are shooting daggers with their eyes.
It's been a while.
Yo, Kratos. But we never met. Oh, hello, Oleg of Emphorius. Both of this is such an ass answer. Have we actually never met?
That's fine. I recognize you. The young lord has nothing but good words about your courage.
Not Oleg of Emphorius. That's a funny one.
It has indeed been some time, Lord Kratos. What brings you here in such haste?
Also, Belobog re-mentioning, crazy.
Shh, keep it down. Be more vigilant. See those duplicitous dogs over there? They do the dirty work for kindness. I've already ordered my people to hold them back, but we should still lay low. Unless you're itching for a bloody fight to get a workout in.
I love fighting.
My bad.
It's a
So,
long ass
did
pause.
something happen?
Did you hear thunderclaps last night?
No. No, I'm a heavy sleeper. Hooray! It's Akron! Someone's coming to save us!
Hacker? What?
She's been through a lot lately. Please pardon
What do you
her.
mean?
Can you tell us more about these thunderclaps?
Thunderclaps are beacon signals of strife. They are a message from the young lord. He threw a spear bearing several words in Akama.
Uh-huh.
Watch out. The Flame Reaver is back.
Yo.
I guessed as much. We didn't actually kill them back at the Kremnos Arena.
Round fucking 10, let's go.
I figured this is something you would want to know. We Kremnoans never back down from a fight. So if you plan to take that thing down in a battle, reach out to me anytime.
You have my gratitude. I will let Aglaya know about this right away.
Remind her to be on her toes while you're at it. That vicious kindness has been unusually active lately. Those lackeys she keeps undercover have been going in and out of the city a lot more frequently these days. Some even seem to be getting Kremnoans to defect to the council.
Oh, the meeting is happening. Right, that's why there's
That's-
people. For some reason, I thought the
Looks
meeting
like
would be
you can
like
see it for yourself.
an enclosed room and not have other
We
people.
should get back. Thank you for the intel, Lord Kratos.
Oh, finally freedom. Holy shit. Okay. That was a long one. That's a lot to unpack there. Again, half of what Anaza said at early on, I was like, we go up, so we start off by going to meet Kefale as Anaza. Throughout the time, from Anaza's point of view, keep seeing like memory fragment of Titan, but it can't be them because they say it can't be them. Once you reach there at the peak of Kefale and was about to ask question, he fucking collapsed and went to the nether realm. Then we transferred the POV to Danghen to find some information about anything, I guess, in the grove. Of discover that there's we learned a lot about the grove and how the structure of the grove work. Too much, I feel like. Holy shit, this patch is just a shit ton of like lore. It is so much lore, right? To a point where I'm thinking like, holy shit, there's a lot to know of. We also learned that Anaza might be doing some very shady stuff with Kefale body because of field of study he's doing, and how the other people relation to see relation, that's the right word, right? Relation to him, relation of them to him in terms of in the growth, how they take on many, how he had to prove himself and whatnot. I like that part when he tried to prove himself, otherwise he'll be like expelled. It's like, oh wow, he actually seems like a person. It's like he's not like a very, he doesn't seem rich, right? He's not like a rich person that come in from what you not call from like buy himself way in, right? He actually know his stuff and actually go in through the intelligent path, right? Once we discovered all those, we switch back point of view to Anazar. With Catherine, they talk about Catherine obviously want to find where Thanatos is. Then Anazar is like, yo, actually I know where the fuck they are because I know what the human is. And it's like, okay, you know, Titan, before Titan is human become Titan. So it's not the other way around. It's not like Titan come first, created the place, and then human born from them. No, it's human, Titan, then human, which is very interesting if that is actually how it is played out. I'll say they leave a cliffhanger of how we should know where Thanatos and how all those related to the information we need. Then we jump to here with Agalia and Phynon and the Trailblazer, you know, speaking to Craterus of oh yeah, you know, the Elder, they are doing some shady stuff again, so be aware. Also as Nazar cannot, we don't know what the fuck they're doing, stuff like that. So there's so much setup. I thought, you know, when Anasa said showtime, I thought that's where the main story began. I'm like, okay, now we're strapped in, now we're ready to see what this whole patch is meant to be, right? But so far it's just a shit ton of setup, right? Which I thought is somehow it's even worse than the previous two. I don't remember the previous two being this heavy in setup. Oh well, it's fine. We still haven't seen the overall of what this story can be, so there's still I know there's a lot more there is, so I'll just continue on tomorrow, because tonight I'm gonna die tonight. Okay, with that, thanks so much for coming by. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, yo.